So in fact, by saying the nation there is stronger than us and hinting at the idea stronger than than God, meaning even God will not be able to protect us in that environment, what they were saying was, since God has expressed his desire that we enter a material existence, hence he will not want to introduce there an above natural mode of existence at the same time. In reality, we know that God can invest himself in our lives, even in the context of everyday life, of material existence, in a way that transcends nature as well. Because you can understand a very interesting comment made by the spies. At a certain point, they say, we saw there the Nephilim, children, descendants of the giants. Could refer to several things, but Rashi and other commentaries connected back to an episode described in the second Sidra of the Torah, the Parsha of Noah, in which to talk about somehow also beings that fell into the earth. And one of the explanations, and it's referred to here by Rashi, is that there were angels that came to earth. And the angels, of course, are spiritual beings. And one of the reasons that God felt existence had become corrupted before the flood of Noah was also the corrupt behavior of these angels. And so, in a sense, what the spies were saying, look, angels came from a spiritual existence. They entered the earthly, and they became corrupted by the earthly existence, as the story is told in the generation of Noah. We came from this spiritual phase of existence, being in the desert with the manna, receiving the Torah, and so on. And we are also entering an earthly existence now, and we will have the same fate. Our spirituality will not survive in the material world. The mistake was that, indeed, the spiritual, being the angel, cannot thrive spiritually in a physical world, because he's only a spiritual being, not endowed with the powers to deal with materiality. The Jew, the human being, is much different. We are a combination of spirit and matter, and we possess something even deeper that even the angels do not possess, which is this profound ability to be in a material existence at the same time become the consumers. So rather than the materiality consuming and dominating us, the idea of the land which eats its inhabitants, we can actually dominate and positively influence the earthly by having the spirituality permeate the earthly as well. Now, these two phases are both necessary. We cannot say, for example, we may want to ask, if the goal was bringing spirituality in the material world, should they not have gone from Mount Sinai straight to Israel, or from Egypt straight to Israel, and not have this intermediate stage of pure spiritual existence with the manna, with the water, and so on? The answer is no. Because in the material world, the materiality is much closer and more immediate to the person, and without a preceding preparation where he is fortified with the pure spiritual, he will not withstand the challenges of materiality. We have these two phases every day. We have the desert, and we have entering the land of Israel. The desert is the spiritual existence. In the morning, we fortify ourselves before we enter the land, before we enter the earthliness, by praying, by studying some Torah, by fortifying ourselves with spirituality. Then we can enter our physical lives, our workplace, our commerce, and so on, or our studies in university, whatever we're doing, and draw from that power of our previous stage that very day of prayer and a meditation, which will then fortify us and enable us to be the masters of our environment and bring spirituality even there, rather than have our material environment dominate and defeat us. And that is a lesson of the spies from the Sidra of Shlach.